This is Ben from Testiv. We're looking at an ACT science question. This question says, in terms of experimental setup, what is similar about experiment 1 and experiment 2? Okay, so I have a feeling that the best way to answer this is going to be probably to rule some things out, to eliminate some things. So we have both use a cathode and an anode, both use two solutions in the cell, both pass a current through the solution, both have the same temperature for the solutions. So let's take a look at our experiments. Experiment 1, thankfully, is pretty short. In an electrolytic cell, you placed a solution of CuSO4, a cathode, and an anode. A current of 5.0 A was passed through the solution for 6 hours. Okay, so a current was passed through it. It doesn't give us a temperature. I'm just going to rule this out right now. I'm just going to rule that out. It says you placed a solution. It doesn't give us two solutions. I'm just going to rule this out right now because I'm not going to waste time with that because I know that those aren't going to be the right answers. So now we're down to these two. Both use a cathode and an anode. Both pass a current through the solution. So we know a current was passed through it. So let's see. Was a current passed through the other one? And was a cathode and an anode used? In another experiment, NiCu galvanic cell is constructed by placing 1 mole NiSO4 in one side of a two-chambered cell with a 1 mole CuSO4 solution in the other chamber. Okay, this is long and complicated, right? A copper electrode is placed in the chamber with the Cu2 solution, a nickel. Okay, it keeps going. I'm just going to kind of scan through here. I don't want to read this all out loud to you. Basically, as I scan through, what I see is I don't actually see, I do see that there's more than one solution probably, but I don't see that a current is actually passed through. I see that the cell's potential is measured using a voltmeter, but it doesn't look like a current is passed through. It looks like current flow is measured, but that's different. So what I'm really wondering is, can I actually confirm? I'm not going to rule that out yet, but what I'm really wondering is, can I confirm that they both use a cathode and an anode? Because it doesn't directly tell me that it uses a cathode and an anode here, but if I'm remembering when I first started reading this passage, there was a lot of information about cathodes and anodes up here. It told me that in electrolytic cells, the cathode is negatively charged, and then there's an anode, right? That I have these two parts of the cell, the cathode and the anode. And it told me right up here, some means of maintaining the electrical neutrality in the cell must be provided. So I have these two parts of the cell, the cathode and the anode, and then a salt bridge is one such device that allows ions to flow back and forth between the two solutions, such as in galvanic cells. So there's some mental gymnastics we have to do here to determine what this means. It's saying that a salt bridge is one such device that allows ions to flow back and forth. It's one such device that allows us to maintain electrical neutrality. Maintain electrical neutrality between what? Between the cathode and the anode, such as in galvanic cells. The galvanic cell is what is used in experiment 2. So we actually know that a cathode and an anode are used in both experiments.